So the idea of this plate is you have to paint everything as even as possible. So the shade of this, let's say this is red, from here to here the whole stretch should be even. So this cannot be darker or this one cannot be lighter. And then we have to prevent lines, marks in any areas. So wala rin mga lagpas, no? You have to make sure that it's very clean. Okay? Before I allow to use yellow, now you cannot use yellow and black. Of course, you're not going to use white, no? So yellow and black. The rest you can use that. Okay? Because if you use yellow, it's hard to see if there's uneven portion or something. You have to use at least 3 colors. Okay. So for the seat work, I'm just going to use number 8. So we choose one color. Let's say orange. Sable brush, it holds more water compared to nylon. If you're using nylon, once the brush hit the paper, all the water will come out na. Not like sable. It can hold more, no? Say, this line up to here, you still have, and there's still more inside. If it's nylon, once you hit the paper, all the water will come down. Okay, so that's a different. Okay, so we start. I always start from left to right. So you can tilt your paper. If you're left-handed, you can also start from the right. No? Okay. So you start from this edge, and then draw everything to your right. Okay. So make sure the edge is always, you have enough storage of pigment para hindi siya mag-dry up. Once na mag-dry up yan, and then you do it again, you will see a mark. Okay. So basically you have to be quick. Okay. And then you can only do it once, meaning you cannot go back here once you already finish. You have to wait to have everything dry up first before you can do another coating. Okay. Plus, you can notice that nagwa-warp yung paper. So once the paper warp, it will cause uneven shade. That's the reason why I want you to use 300 gram. This only 180. This only 180. So it's kind of thin, no? Okay. Here's my tissue. If you want to remove the excess pigment, you just tap this on tissue. You have to make this a little dry, and then you can get the pigment little by little. Dahan-dahan lang. You cannot do it, let's say, sobrang diin. It will cause another mark. And then once na mag-dry up yan, you will see the mark. So you cannot do it too hard now. Okay? So again, I start from left, going to my right, and then you have to make sure that the edge is enough storage of pigment para hindi siya mag-dry up, and then you draw everything to the right. You can only do it once. You cannot, let's say you're here and then it's still wet now and then you want to do this. You cannot. Later on you will see the mark. Okay? So you can only do it once. Clear? Okay, this is more harder because you have obstruction in the middle. So yeah, you need to do this exactly. Same basically the template you have to use this. So for this, again we start from the left. Pwede nyo siya i-tilt a little bit. Okay, before you leave this portion, make sure you have enough storage of pigment, and then you do this portion. You have to be quick now. Before you leave this, dagdagan nyo ng konti, and then you draw this down, and then you can connect it to the other side, and then draw this again. Actually, one of the keys, the right amount of water and pigment mixture. So you have to do a lot of practice. Okay, you can use the back of the paper or even the sides. Question. Clear? Yeah. So this is one of the easiest plate.
In our homework, are we supposed to outline it? Like what
Yeah.
you did? Or
Yeah, later. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. So seat work is clear, no? It's easy. Okay. So we go to homework. Okay. For the homework, you can create your own pattern. So abstract pattern, you can have it traced from magazine, or you can do your own. Okay. At least you have to cover 70% of the paper. So you cannot do a very small object or something like this one. You have to at least cover 70%. Okay. You can put a small gap on each shapes or pattern, like puzzle, but you can put a unpainted portion here. The purpose of this is to make the rendering faster, because if this is connected, you have to wait for, let's say, the gray. Before you can paint the yellow, you have to make sure the gray is dry. Kung hindi, it will merge. Okay, it will mix up. So that's the reason why this guy put a gap here, a very very small gap. Okay, you can do this also. Okay, tip no. Bigger the shape, bigger the area, higher the grades. Smaller, that's easier. Bigger portion, this is more harder to do it even. Okay, so you can do blocks. It's up to you. Okay. Clear? Okay, let's start.